Good morning, StarCraft fans. We are here with the second semifinals of Season 1 of the SSL. We're going to finally find out who's going to be facing off versus Sulky in the finals. And once again, helping me out today, we do have Eonzerg.
Hello, Nyoken. Hello, everyone. I'm going to be honest. I'm so surprised we're having a semifinal with Sharp against Rain. Um, it's very surprising, to be honest, but I'm excited. I just feel like Rain is such a fantastic player, and Sharp is also in good shape. Like, if I'm not mistaken, like last season, he also did pretty decent. So I wonder if he actually can make it to the final this time.
I mean, based on what he showed versus Rush, you may have him as a favorite here versus Sharp. I'm excited for both simply because Rain is an all-time favorite for a lot of players, a lot of viewers also. And he's been playing very well. Like, he's definitely redeemed himself from last season where, he said he's got an easy group and then got knocked out. Here he is, one series away from making it into the round of 4. And then we have Sharp, who's been on the up and up for the past few seasons. He's really delivered, especially last season and now this season. And if he makes it into the finals, it'll be the first time in the finals since, what is it, literally season 1? And I think he can do it for sure. We're looking at the match list for this season, 9-1 overall. Who did he lose to? Okay, one game he lost to Barracks, and that's it.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about this, Nyoken, and isn't Rain like the most successful Protoss player in the post Aspire
I think
when it
that's what
comes
I've
to
heard.
championships?
I think so. I think not just ASL, but also he won KSL, right? And did he
Yeah.
win BlizzCon? I can't remember if he won BlizzCon or if he went to BlizzCon.
So yeah, he's been doing like really good. The only bad that there is with Rain is that he played a final against Flash, and it didn't really look pretty. Like it wasn't even close, honestly. And then people are like, yeah, Rain is good, but it's not good enough to beat Flash.
Yeah, is anybody good enough to beat Flash? I mean, these days,
Maybe
some people are.
effort. No, Nyoken. Let me cook. Let me cook.
Okay,
Let me
cook.
cook. If there is someone good enough to beat Flash, let me tell you that effort is good enough to beat Flash.
That season 6 finals was pretty epic. I think that's actually my favorite finals of all time. The way Effort was playing, especially the burrowed Ling to dodge the spider mine was crazy to me.
Yeah, one of the best seasons in ASL for sure. One of the most iconic ones. Um, the series effort against Last was so epic as well. On Steelfield with the Borrow play as well. Just like boosting Last National, just incredible. Um, but yeah, no. But jokes aside, I feel like Rain is amazing, and in my opinion, back then Flash was really like in a second peak of his career, so it was really difficult to take him down, honestly.
And now with his announcement about him coming back, he could be in his third peak. I do want to point out in the graphic, 9 of the 12 pros said that they thought Rain would win. The fans said they thought 65% of them thought Rain would win. So looks like a lot of Rain fans uh, think that he's going to take it down today. I'm not so sure about that. I think Sharp has a really good shot because he is really, really good with his harassment. I do not expect to see, 30-minute long games on Radeon like he had versus Rush. I do expect Sharp to be able to just potentially end the games quick, especially if we get onto stuff like kickback where you need to end the game quickly versus Protoss.
That is interesting because that I wasn't thinking at all like that is the way that Sharp is going to trying to end the games, like early game victories. I I was actually expecting more like a split map situations that he can like over time just like abuse the mechanics and like build based on that.
Well, I guess what I mean is I expect him to do like a lot of harassment and keep Protoss in check and then hit like, like a 15, 16 something minute timing after, capitalizing on all the harassment he's done and have like a huge tank count like what Rush did. I mean, he could try to split the map. It's just so hard to do versus Protoss players unless you get like a really, really good map. I'm trying to think, is there like any good map that I would want to split? Maybe Deja Vu, I guess, comes to mind, but
Do you
I don't
see
know,
like
it's hard.
Dominator is very hard to split?
Dominator, okay, I could see Dominator being okay also. I
That's
just
saying
always,
Nyoken, looking at the map order, those are like the last two maps. So
yeah.
it's we better like focus on the first maps because like maybe we are not even getting to that point, honestly.
Yeah, once again, I think Minstrel's the first map. I don't know how this map gets through. Oh, I remember now because there's no vetoes and Rain picked Minstrel first, so that's why.
Yeah, I think I saw, if I'm not mistaken, it was Rain that he plays some like carrier style on Minstrel, and it honestly looked very very strong to stop. Like I saw him like losing most of his dragoons and everything, but he was still like like just too many carriers. It didn't matter. Like it will just destroy everything and just like abuse the mobility of the map. It honestly feel like carriers on Minstrel are like the ultimate build.
There's too many walls and the minerals kind of being sort of like walls also, and it makes it really hard if you commit into one area as Terran. If you get hit on another side, it's going to take you an absolute year to get all the way back to the other side. And then you have to also pray that your units don't bug out behind like a mineral line or something. So yeah, I think Minstrel for carriers should be insane. A lot of the times when we saw Rain go carriers, he didn't even really have that many, I don't think. Like he just had a couple and it was still hard to deal with.
Yeah, no, it's for sure one of those maps that if you are a Terran player and you're playing aggressive and it fails, it just like it just goes downhill. Like Protoss just like take so many bases,
Yeah.
take up, and you as a Terran player, like for you just to spend is already like a very hard task on that map.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely a tough map just in general, especially since you're going to get gas stolen most likely in the beginning. And then we've also had players just go straight 12 Nexus, right? We had, was it Snow went 12 Nexus? And then somebody pulled and it was, no, it wasn't Snow because, was it Snow? Oh, no, it was Rain, wasn't it? I, I think it was Rain
Yeah,
last week.
yeah, because Barrack, no, because Rush did some hidden
Yeah.
Barrack at the Natural, and yeah, something like that, something crazy. And
Yeah.
then Rain, yeah, made like Nexus, Nexus Gateway.
Even though carriers seem to be really good, I'm surprised that we haven't seen more recalls on Minstrel because the mains are like huge. They're massive. Recall, you're gonna have to build so many turrets to defend, but it also is kind of a nuisance for Protoss players to deal with drops also because the mains are so wide. And I know that Sharp really does like the Vulture harassment. I expect to see potentially drops, maybe a hidden starport at either the top or bottom side of the map, and get a quick drop in there.
I think we haven't seen that because mostly these games Terran players are doing like two bases timing, so like we don't really get into that point.
Yeah, there was a point last year where Terran players figured out that, hey, 5-fact is really good. Going for the delayed upgrades, just get a really solid 5-fact timing. Players like Snow who rely very heavily on low unit count and just having a couple Reavers to defend. Well, all of a sudden it's very strong versus that particular style. But other than Barracks, I think we're slowly starting to see more players still go back into that upgrade style, but they take later third bases. They get a higher factory count before taking the third base. So they still have a lot of production capabilities, and Protoss has to respect that it could be a timing, but then they end up building a third base.
Yeah, I've been watching Flash stream, and he actually loved to do this like three factories timing, like just like make many tanks and just go.
We saw, I think we saw Speed do that, right? It was also on Minstrel. I mean, there's no way around it. He got slammed with that build order. I've never actually seen a 3-fact work off of an expansion. So the fact that you're telling me that Flash has been doing it makes me think that there must be something to it that I'm not seeing. As a Terran player myself, I just think like, okay, you've got a lot of tanks, which is great, but where's the supporting units? Like, you need vultures to buffer. You know, if a Reaver gets in there and there's tanks clumped up, all of a sudden you're going to blow up like 3 or 4 tanks in an instant. So I would have to see that game or the 3-fact that you're talking about from Flash to see what he does with that.
Yeah, he's been doing that very often. I think he did it against Free, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, and Free's like an expert versus Terran, so I mean, I'll have to go find that game. But looks like we're gonna be going into highlights of the players. All right, well, that last graphic with Sharp was quite funny because it mentioned Sharp made it to the finals in the first season of ASL, and Sharp has now made it into the finals of the first season of SSL. They just need to rename the tournament every season so Sharp can make it to the finals.
Yeah, for sure. The guy is an expert in first seasons.
Yeah. So he's got, oh my gosh, he's got some expectations to fulfill here in taking down Rain. It also mentioned in Rain's graphic he's made it to the top 4 5 times, which is pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's really good. Let's remember as well that Rain took the decision to just like step down from the competition and just like focus on different type of content streaming. So he took many breaks as well. Like he's deciding when to compete, doing extremely well, by the way, and then like just like step down again or just like keep going. I don't know. The guy is a genius.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it. Uh, I don't know if you experience this when you come back from a break, but what happens to me is I come back from a break, I actually play pretty good for like a week or two because I guess subconsciously I know that I'm not going to be moving my mouse very well. So my micro is just really bad, but I just completely focus on macro. So because my macro is better than usual, I end up winning a decent amount of games. But as time goes on, like about a month later, my micro sort of improves a little bit, but my macro gets worse. And then I start losing. So for Rain to be able to come back and just stay at this high level all the time. I don't know how he does it.
Man, look at Rain. He picked Keep back as well. And he picked Monty Hall. I honestly thought like it was a bad map for Protoss against Terran. He picked it. So I'm curious. Did he actually prepare something for that map?
Well, I mean, he must have, right? Because Monty Hall, we don't really see anybody pick it, and when we do see it get picked, generally the Terrans pick it for whatever reason. Also, Rain, he obviously had prepared for Rush. Like, he had crazy builds, or not necessarily crazy builds, but he had great builds in every single game. We're looking at the stats. Of course, the win rate versus Protoss is absolutely bonkers for Rain, 85% win rate, but pretty good stats across the board for the rest of the matchups. 48% versus Terran, 60% versus Zerg, 45% for Sharp versus Protoss, 61% versus Terran, and 55 versus Zerg. As I mentioned, Rain has made it into the top four times already, and now it's going to be the fifth. And Sharp's looking to make it into the finals once again here. This is again what the graphic that we saw earlier, where overall he's 9-1, I think. But these are, I guess, the last 8 games. And look at this verse. Oh, for a second I thought the first Terran was 20 wins out of 21 games, which that's not what it says. But I thought that's what it says. So about 50% win rate versus Terran.
Yeah, it's to be honest, it's a score that is worse than what I expected. But at the same time, the guy play, if I'm not mistaken, he played Peak Light and Peak Flash, so it makes sense that the stats are not so good.
Yeah, that would be a tough battle to overcome. These stats here for Sharp, it says that he lost, I guess, in the opening season, best of 5 versus Bisu. He beat C 3-2. Okay, I guess before the opening season, because now I see season 1. He beat C 3-2 in season 1. Beat Hero in in season 7, or lost to Hero in season 17 4-1, and then is playing versus Rain today. These are all of his appearances in the round of 4. I like how they changed the round of 8 and beyond to everything being best of 7s. Gives us more games. No vetoes. It's not like BSL where you can just veto out kickback or whatever map you hate for the entire season.
Yeah, I honestly, I think I really need to change is the best of 1 in the round of 24, man. That is always so dramatic to see your favorite player going out because of one game, man. And this is painful.
Yeah, what's strange to me about the best of 1 is in the qualifier tournaments, to get into ASL, everything's best of 3, isn't it? So for it to be a best of 3 to make it in, to say, hello, here's a best of 1, seems kind of weird to me.
Yeah, we really need a change from that, honestly, because you are like doing damage to your own tournament, in my opinion. Just like getting this like remember Snow, like Peak Snow was getting eliminated in the round of 24 so many times, man. Like Peak Snow was like incredible, and the guy was just like going out for one game, pretty much one game.
Yeah, they should consider changing that. I do the StarCastTV Star League. We've also changed. I think we've changed away from that to everything being best of 3, or most of it being best of 3. It does, obviously give the better players better chances to make it out. But I guess it makes it more depressing if they still end up losing, right?
Yeah. Honestly, for like the shocking value I guess it's amazing, but at the same time it's like wow. Then next round you are getting this situation that yeah, you don't really have like the best players or the most popular players like in your tournament. I'm not saying the other guy doesn't deserve it, but it's sometimes it's not fair, honestly.
Well, we are ready with game one, so let's get into Minstrel, Sharp versus Rain. So in the top left, we do have Rain, and in the bottom right, we do have Sharp. So this is the exact same spawns that we had of Rain versus Rush here.
Yeah, pretty much the same. I wonder, Nyoken. I don't see any worker going out, no Proxy gateway, nothing aggressive. I was thinking about that yesterday because of like snow, and I wonder, Nyoken, because Solky was doing such a greedy build that could be just like hard counter by doing Proxy gateways, like yeah, from the get-go. And I wonder if Protoss players are not being too aggressive these days.
Well, there goes that probe, and it's before
yeah,
the
but
pylon.
this guy is stealing. It's still steal gas, right?
It's to steal gas, but it's way faster than it needs to be. So I guess he's trying to get in there before the SCV goes onto the ramp, because we've seen players do that, you know, like yesterday with the drone being sent on the ramp. So I think that's the intention here, because this is definitely early. This is definitely a 100% of the time he could have came here like 5 seconds later and still gas stolen. Yep, there goes... Oh, nope, SCV didn't go to the low ground. Or go to the ramp, I mean. Okay, well, one thing to point out about this gas steal, one of the reasons I don't like when they gas steal this quickly is because now it's so fast, there's no chance that this could have been a proxy. Like, he doesn't even have to scout anymore. It's impossible to have this amount of money and gas steal that quickly. So that's great for Sharp. He already knows that, hey, I don't have to worry about any shenanigans like proxy gate at my natural.
That is a great point, I didn't think about that, to be honest. Like, to me, it could have been a proxy still. But this time he's going gateway, so what is the game plan here? Like gateway Nexus or gateway gas?
Well, the fact that he built another pylon makes me think it's just gonna be gateway Nexus.
1 HP! How that even happen? 1 HP?
Yeah, that's crazy. He's probably still gonna get it. Pros are so good with their workers. Oh, Marine, is he gonna pop out? What are you doing? Oh, I thought he was gonna get it.
It's great. Yeah, I will. Do you think that it's a good to commit or not?
I thought it was I think it would have been okay to commit. You know, he's going gate Nexus, so he would have Zealots to defend any type of like SCV pull.
By the way, if you ask me, that bunker is super late. Only 2 Marines. I think there is danger here. There is 1 Zealot. Oh, never mind. It's not a Zealot, it's a worker. Never mind. Oh my god, I'm tweaking.
Yeah, it's that 1 probe just sitting out there. So it is going to be gasless expand for Sharp as expected. And he's just going to take down that assimilator. I don't expect to see like a Zealot run by. That would kind of be crazy. 3 Marines are more than enough to stop a Zealot. And obviously, well, I mean, if he leads with the probe, I guess I could see him try and make a run by happen. I'm kind of surprised he didn't send the probe back. I don't know what he's looking for there. I guess he wants to make sure there's no second racks, but that's... I feel like the second racks wouldn't really accomplish anything, because what are you going to do? Just attack with mass Marines, no stem or anything?
Yeah. You know, these days, it's very rare to see Marine medic build against Protoss, honestly. I kind of miss that. It is such a cool build when it works, but you almost never see that.
Yeah, exactly. When it works, it looks cool. When it fails, it doesn't look so great, because it literally just gets owned really hard by like Storm, DT, or Reavers. Like, there's so many techs that just annihilate it. Now that probe is up to no good. I can tell he's going to do something over there. There must be like a pylon coming over there pretty soon. Yep, there it is. Yeah.
But what do you do? Like, in my opinion, it's just for a scouting, right? Like, it makes no sense to make any building there. Oh, see that the Nyoken.
Yeah, I was actually thinking he might do like a proxy robo there, but it does seem to be just for scouting. And it is going to be Citadel at top right. So this is a 430 Citadel. I mean, this is insanely fast. This has to be Arbiter. If it's anything else, I guess maybe it could be DT drop, but I didn't see the robo go down, so I don't think it's that. So I feel like this has to be Arbiter.
Man, if it is Arbiter, it's going to be like an insane fast Arbiter.
Well, he doesn't have the gas for all that. So what is this? Like, you can't afford Templar Archive. Oh, it's Proxy DT. I knew that pylon was suspicious.
I'm surprised to see this. Like, isn't it too late to do a build like this?
The thing is, with a build like this, when you know the guy's gone gasless expand, a lot of times Terran players go for fast academy, and because they've got the gasless expand going, their econ's not hurt, and they can also just build a turret if they weren't able to scout very much. So there's the comsats. But if he doesn't have an eBay and he scans the main and the DTs walk in, this game would be instantly over.
I don't think like DT is going to be on time for that.
I think it is. I think that he's gonna... Sharp is probably not gonna scan immediately. He'll probably wait a little bit. A lot of times DTs come around at like 6:30, so if he sees there's no DTs at 6:30, yep, there goes the scan, so he sees nothing, but he sees the probe come from top right, and it's from a position where it would be Stargates, so he knows that it's either Arbiter or it's Carriers, and he immediately starts the eBay.
Yeah, and the second scan. That said, these DTs, man, nothing is blocking them.
This is suspicious. Gets one tank. He's gonna have another scan pretty... Well, he does have another scan.
Nothing is blocking them. Oh, okay.
Oh, look at that. That was great. Still gets into the natural, though. Will he walk around into the main? I don't think I think Sharp has another scan. Like, maybe not right now, but like just a few seconds. Oh, he's got it just barely in time. Needs to shoot that DT on the turret, though. Wow. Okay, clutch defense.
He's still committing to DTs, but there is a turret now, and a really good Sin City, in my opinion.
Yeah, but he can still
now
be annoying.
Rain is wasting gas, pretty much.
Yeah, we're starting to get into mini levels of DTs. This is 5 DTs. I think Mini would build like at least 3 or 4 more. But this is going to be annoying. Like you said, he's going to get potentially this gas. He didn't really commit very hard to repairing that. I'm surprised at that, but gets another DT.
So what is the transition here? Stargate, okay, that makes sense. Arbiter. But Sharp is building so many siege tanks. I don't really know if Rain is going to be able to stop any attack from Sharp.
I don't know either. This is not exactly the fastest Arbiter either, after opening with so many DTs. So by the time the Arbiter gets out, let's say it started right now, that puts him at a 10-minute Arbiter. Okay, I mean, 10-minute Arbiter, that's still pretty fast. And Terran, I don't think, has enough tanks to feel confident to move out right now. So I expect the Arbiter to be out. Okay, as I say that, there he goes. So he's got about a minute or so where he can do some real damage. But you have to remember, these DTs are split up. He's used a lot of energy already. He needs to be careful.
Man, if he's out like that, he's confident about the scan he has left. So yeah, now these 2 gateways are dead. Rain all of a sudden is on what, 5 gateways maximum? It's a very small number.
Yeah, it's not that many. I think it's 6, maybe 7, because he lost those 2. But either way, it's not a lot of production. And you can see that it's not a lot of production because Sharp's even in supply. And I do not like Rain's comp right now. As soon as the Arbiter gets out, that's a completely different story. But right now, 5 goons, slow zealots, this army is pitiful.
This is... And the vultures now are like...
The Zealots, they immediately die. It's like not even supply. But there aren't like almost any vultures left over. There's no siege. Okay, there we go. Finally, there's some siege. I don't see an SCV here anymore, so there's no capability of building a turret. Like, if there's turrets here, I don't think the Arbiter is enough. But with no turrets, I think the Arbiter, you know, the few seconds that you're in cloak will give you enough time to get some damage done with your ground army. Here it is.
Yeah, now he's missing the Zealots.
Yeah. Oh, those bins are all gonna die, man. Oh my gosh, he splashed the ones at the top. So those took tons of damage. Alright, still no turret, man. Okay, there we go. There's the first one. Only one Goliath. Oh, really good scan. Not able to get any mine connect. Oh, he gets one mine connection. Still one SCV left over here, though, to build that turret. The turret is so critical.
Sharp setting this contain is a big problem for Rain. I don't know how he's going to clean this.
I think Protoss might be able to hold. I mean, it's going to be rough. He's going to trade with a lot of losses. But the fact that there's only one SCV and there's no vulture harassment means like the SCVs can't just start building like depot walls. The vultures can't just immediately rally across the map. So this is going to get cleaned up, I imagine. Yeah, I think this is smart from Sharp to just run away. Just trade your, oh my gosh, trade your spider mines for kills just like that.
That was like a very nice trade by Sharp. He has to be really happy with that trade.
He does lose a lot though, but he does have his third base. He only has 4 factories, but Protoss is only on 2 bases also. And I'm sure Protoss now, after cleaning up this attack, will double expand. I think that's the best move. Try and recover your eco, especially since you're down a base now versus Terran.
It's going to be difficult for him to set up 2 expansions.
Well, it is, but also he knows that the tank count is low because he just killed all of them. And Sharp was sending just zealots nonstop. So I think he should know that he can't be attacked for a little bit of time. It takes a long time to build up, you know, at least 8 tanks or so.
And it's bad news when Terran is mining the tier before you, when you're a Protoss player. It's really bad news.
Yeah, at least Rain has, you know, a decent supply lead, and at least he has the Arbiter out. So by the time Terran makes another attack, he's either going to have 2 or 3 Arbiters, so he's going to have a lot of stasis available. There's the good old 12-minute Robo. Pretty sure Artosis played versus a guy like this yesterday. No
oh
observers.
my god, I didn't realize there was not observer. Did Rain actually defend that without observer?
He was just suiciding zealots the whole time.
Wow.
I mean, no observer in a situation like this is actually surprisingly decent. Like, yes, you take a lot of losses, but you slam the first attack and now you can double expand, and then you know the follow-up attack isn't for a while, so you can get out the elite observers. But in normal games, yeah, it's very, very risky. But right now, I'm actually okay with Rain's position. I still am a little bit worried in the sense that the third base was so quickly, and Terran has vessels out and has EMP and has 2-1 coming. But if he can get some good trades on the next big attack that Sharp's gonna make, I think he'll be okay.
A 2-1 is massive, man. These Protoss units are going to disappear.
Yeah, 2-1 is really freaking good. I mean, there was a point in time where I was doing a lot of testing of the upgrades, and I would just go in the single player and like see how fast armies got melted with +0, +1, +2, +3. And +2, I mean, +3 is insane. Once you get +3, it's like armor doesn't even matter. But +2, I think it's like goons and zealots take like not one less attack, like auto attack or something. I mean, it's a big deal. Or like splash kills them 100% of the time. I can't remember exactly what makes +2 so good, but it is a huge improvement over +1.
I really like Sharp position this game. He's even looking to expand again. So yeah, that was actually what I was expecting from Sharp POV, is to play like this, just like very solid, very like great focus, and like spending like crazy and just trading better honestly.
Well, you were talking about going split map. I will say this, if Sharp wins on this map with split map, I feel like he's got to be confident in other maps also, because this map is really, really hard to manage your unit movement. It's also, you know, not as big as the other maps, but it's still quite big, right? You still got a lot of expansions going across the map. But it looks like Sharp is not going for a fourth base. This is going to be a huge timing down the bottom left. He's got higher supply, which is crazy. I do think his +2 is about a minute away, so this could be an anti-timing. And look at what Rain's doing. He's saying, well, I know the power of Minstrel. The power of Minstrel is just going for counterattack, and it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do.
It's going to be very difficult for him to attack Nyoken. I think Sharp is going to take that bottom base 100%. I don't think like Rain can do anything about that.
I think he's going to try and bust bottom left, and I think Rain's going to counter. I think what Sharp needs to do here is just lay a million mines and pray that he can land a good EMP. Going across the bridges is going to be pretty hard. Yeah, Sharp is no joke. He's pushing really hard. He's on the high ground now, under the third base.
Look how fast +2 Vultures are killing cannons. It's just amazing.
Pretty good. All right, how many stasises are there? Oh, the answer is 0 for that one. He's got several more EMPs. He's got at least one more. I think even 2 more.
He's no siege, so he need to be careful.
And the tank count is not high. What is it, 8? He does need to be careful, especially now he's like within range of the ramp, but he's on low ground. So a lot of his attacks are not going to be registering. This may be way too far forward. Another good EMP. He hits another Arbor, so no more stasis, but I still think Rain's got more than enough. Yeah, this
Yeah, there are no tanks.
Yeah, where are the tanks? He left a lot of stuff back to defend. We've got a counterattack at top right also, shutting down the fourth base of Sharp.
The fun is that now Rain's killing one by one. It's getting like the most amazing trade ever.
Despite the great trades for Rain, Sharp is still up 20 supply. How did that happen? For some good
But at
EMPs.
least his bases are okay. Now there is like a fifth base as well. So, I mean, he defended that. And like, this is what matters for him right now.
Yeah, it looks to me like bottom left, it's just too far away to attack. I like what Sharp's doing now. I think the play here for Sharp is to shut down this middle base and then make sure Rain never gets like top middle. That is so many zealots. The vessel ends up dying though. And why did Rain take this base? Vultures, everything are to kill all of these probes. Those are good storms. But there's still too much Terran. Oh my gosh. That's the type of attack that I was talking about where the upgrades really kick in, where you saw that splash come in and like 5 Dragoons melted. That's +2 kicking in right there. Now this base is going to get wiped. He needs to transfer his probes ASAP.
Yep. Sharp actually stopping that base from working. Sharp is on what, like 4 bases? Going to take a 5?
Yeah, it looks like Sharp has done it, man. I mean, the supply gap is huge. Another massive EMP. He is going to get some tanks, but the Zealots are not going to trade very well. These mines are doing insane damage. Like, they're getting massive value. And I think Protoss may tap out because, yeah, sub 100 supply, you're not doing anything with that. And Sharp, he's going to go up 1-0.
Yeah, it was a chaotic build order from Rain. That didn't work at all. Like, DTs didn't get any cement apart from 1 refinery. What actually he got from DTs?
Yeah, not very much, and it was a big commitment. You know, double gate, not just 1 gate. Then he lost those, had to rebuild them. And how many DTs did he build? He built 5 initially. Then I think he built 2 more additional ones to, you know, help stall pushes. So a massive commitment to the minerals and gas. I did like Rain's follow-up with the Arbiters. Like, he had 3 of them when Sharp made his big attack at the bottom. But the EMPs were fantastic.
Oh, I forgot. He loses Dragoons as well.
Oh, yeah, he did. I think that was more of like, I need to scout to make sure that this guy has no turrets, more than it was to pick off the tank. But this move right here was fantastic. Getting rid of the first DT, so now you don't have to deal with, one in your natural and one in your main, was clutch for Sharp.
That's
Look
really
at
good.
that. That was fantastic.
He's even like getting one SCV kill. How crazy is that?
I thought that this DT was going to do it. He only needed one more swipe, by the way, and he would have gotten rid of that turret.
Sharp didn't scout that the DT tech. So I wonder if this was one of those games that Protoss just like accumulate 4 DTs, go for it, and start to do crazy damage.
He could have, but we're going to be going into a break, and we'll be back. And we are back. We've got Sharp with a point on the board. He'll be up 1-0 in the series. And it's going to be on his map pick now, which I remember to be Pantheon. You know, I've mentioned throughout the SSL that I'm not the hugest fan of Pantheon, but I've been reading a lot of the comments, and they say that this is the best map for Terran versus Protoss. So no shocker to see Sharp pick it here.
It's really weird for you to say that you don't like Pantheon when it's pretty much a map that you get 4 bases for free in Nyoken. Almost like, even like 5 bases you can get for free if you think about it. Like, it's very easy for you to defend all these bases.
Problem that I have on it is that there's so many bases, and the middle is so wide open. Like, if if I'm playing a Protoss that does allow like counterattacking, go through the center, like it's very wide open. Like, and if you're going through like a side, you know, you're coming in kind of single file because that area is pretty narrow. But I agree, Terran can get a lot of bases pretty easily, but every time I play Pantheon, I get into like this situation where Protoss has 8 bases and I just run out of steam eventually. So we are ready with game 2. Let's see if Rain can tie it up 1-1. And here we go in the bottom right. We do have Rain. And in the bottom left, we do have Sharp. And I got a prediction here, Eonzerg. I think the fact that Rain went Gateway versus Rush on here last time, I think we could see 12 Nexus. I don't think he's going to go for the same strategy, the same typical opener.
Interesting. After the last game, do you think Rain's going for a 12 Nexus?
I do. I think he's going to pull it out here. That was a great sign. More foreigners over there watching or coming across the pond to Korea to support the SSL.
Isn't it insane to see every single time that we cast ASL that there is always like many foreigners and not the same people? Like there are new people coming to the studio. So like, it's really amazing to see, man.
Yeah. Still waiting to get Jaeyoon on screen. He was at ASL, I think, a year ago, but he was hiding off in the corner. The camera never caught him. We've seen Steve Jung and some of his friends over there, but yeah, more and more foreigners going every single season. And actually, it was just the same opener as versus Rush, and you can see he scouts the center. I guess he thought Sharp might go for BBS also, but we see Sharp. I think this was an 11 gas from him.
Oh, what is this?
Uh-oh.
What is this?
We're up to no good is what this is. I don't know what this is.
Is this like a Proxy gateway?
I think it's going to be... I don't know. If you were going to proxy gate, wouldn't you put it at the mineral only? I feel like that would make the travel time kind of weird. Is this going to be proxy gates again? I was thinking it might be proxy robo, because, you know, yes, you're still farther away, but at least you can fly over the terrain really quickly.
Don't you think like making it in the mineral only is more obvious to a scout? Maybe?
I mean, it is, but how many times do you scout there?
Hell no! It's Citadel Nyoken. Oh my god.
Alright, well, with proxy gates, this is going to make the DT so much quicker. And in my experience versus this, you cannot just rely on mines. The DTs will get there before the mine upgrade completes. So if this SCV gets in here, oh my gosh. So he gets in here, he sees there's no range, there's no goon, there's no zealot, there's no nexus, there's only one. Oh, he didn't go in and see that there's only one pylon, but he may already think something fishy is going on. This probe is here to act like it's building a nexus. But he saw no range. That's my problem, is he saw there's no range. Nexus would have already started with a no range build. So I think Sharp might know, but he's still acting like this is just a normal build. Oh, well, now you have to know. That Nexus should have 100% been done now. He needs to build an eBay immediately.
He's still making a command center.
He spots the probe. Why would you send the probe? He's gonna scout the mineral only.
He need to scout? Because he need to scout?
Yeah, but that probe is way too late. There's no reason for the probe to be coming in now. He's gonna find it. No, Rain, why? That single probe ruined him. Ruined the game for him.
Wow, he even loses the Dragoon. Okay, wow. This is a disaster.
Yeah, the Marines are going to do a lot of pressure here because now he's got to build a goon. Look at Rain's reaction, by the way. He knows that he messed up with that single probe. Now, there's still no eBay completed. The DT is not out, though. I think turret is, what, like 25 seconds to build? So it's pretty freaking fast. You also have to factor in travel distance now from the mid-left. Like, it's going to take a while. He does not need to defend his natural. He can just defend his main and be fine. Not going to complete. I've already said it. Turrets are with
He's
Proxy
going to
gate.
get a counter on this command center then.
Maybe. A spider mine. Not going to complete. Oh, it does complete. Whoa, whoa, you just let him walk in? Okay, but there's turrets here, so this is okay.
Well, still, he can get a scope line maybe?
Oh my gosh, the mine placement is fantastic. And he ran into vision. And he lost that deep. This is a disaster. He can just send across the map mine, vultures.
He need to, there are no more DTs. He need to block the entrance somehow.
Yeah, that DT that cleared up or cleaned up the main.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Well,
that's probably it. GG.
I don't believe it, man. Yesterday, I thought for sure we were going to have a close series, and then it ended up being a blowout. I still like Sharp's chances or I liked Sharp's chances in this particular matchup, but I'm surprised that it's a 2-0, and I'm surprised the way that it's becoming a 2-0. It's back-to-back proxy DTs. Why?
By the way, Nyoken, Rain didn't scout in that game. How do you want him to find Sharp, by the way? Like, he need to send a worker, no?
Did he not scout any position?
No, he didn't scout.
Okay. Well, then that makes sense. I guess I didn't pay attention to that, that he had not scouted at all. Then, of course, he doesn't know that he's bottom left. I thought he had already scouted all the bases, and then he went and scouted bottom left.
He went straight, Nyoken, to that position.
Okay, well, okay, that makes sense, but from Sharp's point of view, the timing of it seemed like he would have already scouted all the other bases, which is why I said it was a disaster. Because as you saw, Sharp knew, like, dude, this is way too late. Why are you scouting on a vulture timing? Like, the only thing that you could be looking for is if this is gasless or not, but you've already decided on your build order at that point. So, bit unlucky for Rain now, and now he's going into another map that I think is good for Terran, especially for ones that do timings. So let's get into game 3. It's kickback. Hey, this time around, in the top left, we've got Rain. And in the bottom left, we do have Sharp.
Well, Nyoken, luckily for Rain, this is a best of 7. He loses 2 games. He can come back from this. It's not really that hard. I have seen multiple players do that. Rain is a champion. He just needs to, in my opinion, try a different build because DTs right now are not really working. Like a back-to-back DTs is crazy, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he was going for the shock factor. There's no way Terran will suspect it twice in a row. And, in fact, he didn't until he got off that critical scout. I'm wondering why there hasn't been any usage of the Reavers, because Reaver that we saw used versus Rush, I mean, they got really good kills. He's never going to reach the level of Snow Reavers, but they were still doing good damage versus any timings that Rush was sending out. So I hope that he goes into Reaver play. Is it going to be a forward? Okay, well, it doesn't. I mean, it's technically a forward gate, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be Zealot pressure, but looks like it may be a little bit. It's National Geographic jackets, man. They all have, all the Koreans over there have that.
Yeah, I remember Larva was always wearing a shirt of National Geographic all the time. I don't know why.
I can't remember the reason either, but I remember. Oh, Proxy barracks. I was gonna say, but I remember after seeing so many of them, I went and Googled, like, why do Koreans have an obsession with National Geographic? I'll have to re-Google that. But double barracks. Rain better be praying he's building a Zealot right now, and he is. So that's good for him. He's gonna need that.
Well, if you ask me, Nyoken, this is probably the best way to allow Rain to come back to the series. I don't really agree with this play by Sharp.
I think it's okay. It's again another one of those situations where the SCV needs to not go out right now and intercept the Zealot, because once the Zealot gets intercepted, the gig's up. I don't know if the Zealot's gonna commit here, because the Sim City is nice. I don't think I've really ever seen this.
It's very far. Like he can get in the main. Like
yeah, but the question is he gonna commit with the Zealot? Like a lot of times when Protoss players see this type of setup where they're gonna get no damage done onto the Marines, they don't really commit. Okay, well, he got 2 shots off, so now, yeah, see, they don't go in like this. So this doesn't necessarily look like anything. He doesn't confirm gasless, he doesn't confirm gas, and even if he comes in here and sees there's no gas, that doesn't mean that there's a command center. He'd have to scout top, middle, and bottom right.
With 2 silos, you are not committing still?
Well, now he is. Yeah, if you're building 2 Zealots like this, 100% of the time you're committing. Okay, well, now it's about to get dangerous, and now there's no way that he doesn't know that it's 2 racks. Look at the micro, though. That is fantastic. But he still doesn't know. That's another Zealot.
Yeah, but he sees no refinery. Now he needs to check if there is a command center.
Well, if he doesn't know that it's 2 racks right now, I don't know what you're looking for with this, because this gas is literally 50 seconds late. There's no Sim City anymore, and Sharp is hesitant to show his additional barracks. Oh my gosh, these Zealots might just win the game. What is going on? Oh my gosh. Good control. Amazing control, by the way. I don't know what that tech building is for Rain. I actually think it might be DT again.
What the hell?
I didn't see it. Oh, here we go. Now the Marines are moving out. Is he really just going to die in the counter? There's no way that he doesn't know that this is a second racks. Okay, there. He didn't send both goons. Like, he had to have known. And okay, we're sending everything.
It is pretty dangerous. I don't think like shield battery is going to help against that many Marines. Oh, never mind. Actually, dragons are pretty good.
The goons are really good, especially with SCVs to body block. Well, I mean, Rain, like, he can afford to lose some stuff. Okay, he's killed enough Marines. I was gonna say he can't afford to lose, you know, everything here, but this was an easy hold, and there's no way Sharp can win now. The Robo's done.
The dragon is trapped.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's double battery. These things are immortal.
Yeah, man. Shield batteries are good, guys. You don't see it very often, but they're actually pretty good. GG.
They are definitely underrated. I'm still waiting for the day that we see carriers with shield batteries. But no Protoss wants to use them, and that's a way to get back some momentum for Rain. Not only wins the game, but shuts down a massive cheese. And I think that was an important victory for him.
It is. It is actually really important. If I was Sharp, I will not try that build at all. I will just like keep playing standard. Because the other guy is desperate with cheese.
Yeah, I would have to rewatch the replay. But I guess he never scouted, right? So he didn't know that multiple Zealots were coming. But maybe building a bunker there so that it looks like you've just expanded. I mean, you can continue to build Marines. Like, Protoss may not think anything of it if he sees 4 Marines. But to have to micro versus the Zealots with only just 1 depot there for SimCity, it's kind of dangerous if they build more than 1 Zealot, like you saw. I mean, those 3 Zealots killed so much.
Not only that, the world was in such a position that when you get 2 silos, you just trap them like from one side to the other side.
Yeah.
And you can micro.
Yeah, it's a rough situation when you lock yourself in. You just have to stand there and fight. You really have to have an SCV body block, but he didn't have any SCVs there, obviously, because the Rex was so far away. So we're going into our typical Live Mobile ad before we get into Game 4.
Yeah, by the way, in StarCraft 2, shield batteries are so strong. They auto regenerate shields for you.
I know they're wild, man. Like, I've seen so many games of StarCraft 2 where isn't it just like mass batteries and cannons, and it just heals everything, and then the cannons have good support. And
Oh yeah, it can heal buildings as well. In Brewar, shield batteries they don't heal buildings.
yeah, I don't know. The game is some of those things in StarCraft 2 is just kind of mind-boggling. There's so much damage in that game, so much crazy stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I like, but batteries are one of the things that I like the least.
Yeah, you know what I wish could translate to Brewar is like the the map editor to be more strong, to be able to have more quality maps and more different, I don't know, tile cells or just like more environment things to the map. Like I wish we could get like a more powerful editor in the future. I hope Microsoft man do something.
Well, isn't one of the things about the StarCraft 2 maps is that if aren't all the pro maps like 2-player maps? Like scouting is such a big deal there
Oh
that
yeah, that is funny that every map in StarCraft 2 is the same every season. That is so weird to me. Like these guys, they have like the most powerful map editor ever, and they don't really like. They just always do like 2 players map with the same layout all the time. It's really weird.
well, I think I remember reading like if you scout your opponent but the opponent doesn't scout you first, like you're just at such a massive
Nyoken,
advantage over
Nyoken.
your opponent.
Who signed this jacket? You're the
It has to be
sign.
Snowman. I think I think the signature on the left said Rain because I didn't see the Chol in his name, so it looked like a Snow Rain jacket right there.
Oh, imagine, man. But Protoss fan with that jacket right now. Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jane's registering right now to get that uniform. He's he's a huge Rain fan. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Rain on the left. We got to get you an effort Soul Key Thelma jacket, man.
Dude, that will be the dream. Like it, and
Yeah.
put Jade on there. Like holy shit. Do you know how much that costs? I will not sell it because that is going with me to the grave. But
Yeah.
the value is insane. There is you can buy that.
That would be a pretty sick jacket. Let's see who the lucky winner is going to be. Yesterday it was 41. I was actually laughing really hard about the 41 because me and my dad have this thing going on about how we see 41 everywhere in sports scores. And so when they drew it, I couldn't believe
No
it.
way.
Yeah.
No way.
Let's see what it is. If it's another 41, I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, 18. Well, that's an interesting number to be picked.
Hmm. Who is it? Who is it? Oh, it was
There he
a guy
is.
that, yeah, apparently he was in the bathroom or something.
Well, that's a sick jacket to get, man. Even though I'm not Protoss, I would take that jacket for sure. I think my ideal jacket would probably be Fantasy and Jaedong. Obviously, it would be nice to have something like Flash or something, but those are my two favorite players, so I would love that.
No boxer or nada, Nyoken?
Oh, okay, that's true. Since I'm more older school, I would also like to have Boxer and Nada, but definitely Jaedong. Jaedong's like up there at the very top for me.
That is insane, by the way, because you actually started when the spawning pool cost like 150. So
Yeah.
that was a long time ago.
Yeah, and Lurker upgrade used to be 125, 125,
There is no
and
way.
there was a point where hatcheries were 400. Do you believe that?
No, I don't. Do you know that there is like actually I didn't know this, but when I started playing this game, the the rally point was already integrated in the mouse, but before that it wasn't like that. I didn't know that.
Integrated in the mouse?
Yeah, like usually before you to set rally points, you need to press like the R key on the keyboard, but now you do it with the mouse, like just like.
Yeah.
But before there apparently it wasn't like a new change from 2006 or something like that.
Okay, I would have to investigate that one. I don't think I've heard that one before. Well, it looks like we're going into a break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, we are back. We've got a series on our hands. It's 2-1 in favor of Sharp, but Rain manages to get a victory on kickback. Now it'll be back to Sharp's map pick. I'm trying to remember what it is. Is it Deja Vu? Something like, oh, a Radeon, okay.
Radeon.
Well, we saw how deadly Rain is on this map. If he can get good spawns, I think horizontal spawns are great. Terran's in an awkward position where they want to take, one of those middle bases. But you saw how powerful the drops were versus Rush. I think Sharp is really hoping that he gets vertical spawns or cross spawn here.
I would like to see a DT rush.
You want to see another DT rush?
Yeah. Why not?
If he goes DT rush, I want him to do like the equivalent of like the Terran's 888, where they go, 8 racks, 8 gas, 8 factory. If you're gonna go for something crazy like that, might as well just go for the Hail Mary and just do the fastest DT rush possible. I don't think we're gonna see that. I might actually end up trying that out today on the ladder. See how fast I can actually get a DT out versus Terran.
Man, the thing is, like, I don't think we're going to get a Nexus first.
No? Not in any of the games, or just not in this game?
At least not on this one.
Okay.
Yes. It's hard to tell because actually Sharp did a double barrack build. So maybe that is something that is open now. Like, there is no way Sharp goes aggressive again.
I mean, that could be true. Maybe if Rain thinks that it could be BBS once again, maybe he does go 12 Nexus, but with a Forge. That's a common opener these days. I actually see it quite a lot myself. So, and that obviously will obliterate Marines. So we could still see it. I actually kind of agree with you. I don't think we're going to see 12 Nexus here. I think he may be saving it for one of the later maps.
By the way, Nyoken, do you think if Rain actually ties the series to 2-2, is Sharp in troubles?
I still like his chances. I think Monty Hall is good for Terran, and I think Dominator and Deja Vu are good Terran maps. Like, I prefer those maps over the first couple ones that we played, so I can't imagine Sharp being in trouble. I mean, if Rain does win here, then I guess it could be like a mentality thing where Sharp may start thinking like, uh-oh, Rain's on. He's got some momentum behind him, but if he's not thinking like that, I think Sharp should feel pretty good about his remaining maps here. But we are ready with Game 4 as we get into Radeon. Okay, in the bottom left, we do have Rain. And in the top left, Sharp got good spawns here. He's gotten top left.
Yeah, I was thinking just that. Seeing these positions, I would like for Rain to just like go gateway. Just play a normal standard Protoss game. To be honest, I feel like in the last game he was playing pretty standard, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, 3 Zealots is kind of unusual, but everything looked pretty normal. Like, did he have another Nexus?
Wait, okay, no. He was doing a fast robot, now that I think about it.
Well, he was doing a fast robo, but I think he also started his robo after he came in and saw that the guy had no gas. So, I mean, I guess I would have to rewatch the replay to see if that is true, but yes, the robo was fast, but I think it was in response to seeing, like, dude, this guy's all inning me, I'm just gonna go robo. The map data here, it said 7-6. I think Protoss was in the lead, but basically a 50-50 map. We can see that the results for this map is what Rain was 3-1 and Sharp is 3-0.
Oh, they're doing pretty good.
Yeah. And I think the only time Rain lost on here was it last season where he lost to C? He kind of just really botched his build We do have an 11 gas from Sharp. Now, I've talked about this before. I really do think 11 gas is a really good build. I think it's superior to 12 gas, but one of the things that it does get you, it gets you that faster vulture. You're able to actually deal damage to probes if it's a 12 Nexus. But that's not going to matter here, as it is just a standard opener for Rain.
It's not the case, and Sharp is scouting top right, so it's going to take a while for him to find Rain.
Okay, that pylon, man. Already in a hidden position. Radion is another map where you do a lot of drops. But if this is another DT opener, I'm going to be so sad.
That man, there is no way he's doing another DT build. There is just no way. Maybe a fast robot Nyoken, just to change it a bit.
Fast robo for the DT drop?
No, for the Reaver.
I mean, yeah, that would be nice. I do really want to see the Reaver play because it looked pretty freaking good versus Rush. Now, there was no movement of the probe to the top left corner, so it is not going to be
he's making
DT.
range as well.
Yeah, it's just going to be a normal opener, finally. And there we go, there's the Nexus. So, this is what I was talking about on the Pantheon game, how the SCV came in, right? He saw that there was no Nexus, and remember, he saw that there was no range. And this guy still didn't have a Nexus at 320. So you seeing it here at 305, it tells you what Rain could have done on Pantheon, which is why I was saying the DT rush was so obvious, or at least the hidden tech was so obvious. Now I like what Sharp has done. He's hiding that SCV off, trying to come back in for another scout. Okay, look at this. It's going to be 4 Marines. Whoa, is he pulling SCV? He is? What? He's pulling SCVs here. I guess he saw maybe range was canceled to get the Nexus up.
Is Ryan skipping Dragoons?
I think he must have skipped one to get up that super fast Nexus. He might just die here, man. There's not that many SCVs, but Vultures do full damage to shields. I mean, they do a really a lot of damage to with initial shots. I think this is going to be broken. He needs to pull probes.
Well, he's not doing
well,
it. Oh, he's doing it.
Well, he needs to pull back now. Don't lose your... What? He's mowing down the probes. Look how fast they die. He's already gotten 4 worker kills. Another one. This Nexus is dead, man.
Range is about to finish, Nyoken.
I don't think so. Okay, you might be right. He does only have 2 SCVs, and that pylon is buying a lot of time because the Marines are splitting up the damage. But if he can start focus firing that Nexus... Oh, he has mines already. Oh my gosh. And that means that he's not going to be able to get on top of the bunker now. Oh,
look at the micro.
He's splitting up the damage. He gets 1. He's going to get another one. Oh, this was Disaster City. Okay, range is done, so you're right, but he's got both SCVs here.
Oh no!
Well, he saved it. He didn't die. Gonna maybe lose that probe? No.
Nyoken, how the hell that Dragoon tank 2 mines?
I think the mine exploded on each other, killed one of them. Well, unfortunately for Rain, loses that Nexus. Now he's supply blocked. I think his robo timing is decent, but there's going to be a tank here. There's going to be mines set up here, and Sharp is going to have his own command center completed in like, I don't know, 30 seconds or something. He doesn't even have to push in. He can just lay mines.
That has to get by Sharp.
He's going to kill that goon. That needs to run. Yeah, he's got to get back in his base. Okay, so I heard a building go down in his base. This has to be support bait, man. Yes, thankfully it's support bait. This is the only way he can get back into this game. Observatory, yes, it would help for the mines, but he needs to do damage. He needs to go counter. He needs to get rid of this bunker ASAP. And that's why I like what Sharp is doing with the mines over on the left side. These mines obviously delay the third base, but that's not the real goal. The real goal here is Oh, you're going to elevator out goons? Well, you might run into a mine. Or, oh, you're going to send out your Reaver? Well, I'm going to see it coming in. There's a move command. Yeah, he backs up immediately. That's all he can do. He has to wait for the Reaver now. Terran is going to have such a massive advantage. He might even kill a goon. He's hesitant to come down here because he doesn't know if there's any more mines, you know, below the bunker. Because he doesn't have an observer to spot it.
Man, what a play by Sharp, and he's behind this, he's spending, making more factories. I don't know, well, yeah, he has started, so he's actually ready for a Reaver drop as well.
And he's just gonna sack the bunker. This is ridiculous damage. Is he really gonna, okay. I was like, dude, was this not enough damage? Don't sack your tank for a single Dragoon. But he does just walk away.
So Reigns, he's going to Spain behind this.
Look at this, he's getting blocked in by the goons. All he can, like, he has to double expand. But I don't think he can double expand, because I think Sharp may just cut workers and go for like a 4-fact timing if he does that.
Look at this, he's like blocking the tier expansion of Nyoken. There are vultures in that bottom mid expansion.
And the observer's gonna spot it, so at least he knows there are vultures there. But Sharp's gonna know that, hey, this guy wants to. He led with the front with the weakened goon. He may even kill the probe. This is unbelievable.
Man, the vultures are strong against Dragoon. I didn't know that.
Yeah, full damage versus shields make them incredible in the early game. Like in low numbers, as long as you have something else to deal the damage to, you know, the normal health, vultures do insane damage. And now we're gonna have Rain just expand over here, but I really don't like taking this bait. Okay, hopefully he goes back down to bottom middle. I don't like taking this base because Terran can push it so easily. Is he really gonna go there and take it?
Is he spending at all? Yeah, he is.
Oh man, this is like dream scenario. You're at a massive eco advantage. You dealt so much damage to the probe line. You killed the Nexus. You killed goons for vultures. Now this guy is expanding at a spot where you can push easily. Also there's buildable terrain there. Like, this can't get better.
Apparently it's a 5 factories timing that I don't know how Rain's going to hold this, by the way.
I don't know how he holds it either. Rain needs to have some killer Reaver shots. Like, that's the only way he can salvage this game.
Oh, there is shuttle speed.
Yeah, he needs to micro his heart out. But with the 5 factories, I mean, he's going to have a lot of stuff. I will say that the goon count is still pretty high. What is it, like 8 or so? But the tank count is starting to ramp up also. What's it, 5 right now? I guess the question to me is how many gateways does Protoss have right now? He needs to have at least 6, in my opinion.
I just wonder, with shuttle speed, if Terran goes out, like he just tries to go out, maybe Rain can do like a 2 or 3 shuttles counter attack and like do like devastating damage to the eco.
That could be a smart move, like as soon as he moves out, just counter, you know, make Terran lose a lot of SCVs or at least force a transfer and have the mining and macro disrupted, and then, you know, maybe come back with your shuttles and hit with a flank. I could see that as a viable solution, but it doesn't seem like that's... Okay, there's a second shuttle. All right.
Yeah, but he's missing observer.
There's no turrets right there. I think there's a turret closer to the factory. Yeah, turret closer to the factory. In fact, there's another turret. There are no mines set up. Okay, this is great. This is exactly what he needs. Whoa, 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 wait,
what?
wait. What happened to the Reaver?
He just lose that to Reavers.
Oh, no, it's up there.
Oh, no, no, okay, oh.
Okay, so this does draw everything back into the main, and this is what he needed to buy time. But it does look like these Reavers are pretty much locked in. Like, I can't see them escaping unless he goes this angle. That's a very low shuttle. I don't think he's going to last. Yeah, he's not going to make it, man. Oh, good. Oh, wow. I quick. Alright, so what did he really get there? He got SCV transfer, he forced Terran back. But he didn't kill any depots, he didn't really kill very many units. Maybe you can get a tank here. Couple tanks, maybe? Oh, yeah. I still think he's in trouble.
Well, he only lose 2 rivers and like 2 shuttles, so he can recover from that, but he's not making more rivers, right?
Yeah, I don't think I saw another shuttle or another reaver. We've got Sharp on the move, he's up supply, man, and that's never good for you. Terran also has +1 weapon. Oh, you gotta be careful about the mines. If Sharp loops over to the left side, this base can't be saved. But he may just be going for the win. He sees that there's no zealots. Just now, a Reaver's out. Oh, the shuttle's already taken a lot of damage. That Reaver's gonna be... Oh, that was a good shot, but it gets no secondary shot. That was good focus fire with... Oh, wow, he just tapped out. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that Marine Vulture attack was just devastating damage. And uh-oh, Rain, what are you gonna do now?
I mean, he picked this map, Nyoken. I hope he has something prepared, but he feels like that he's really disappointed to lose this one.
Yeah, I really wish we could get a replay of what Sharp saw that triggered the pull. The Nexus did feel fast. I really do think that he cut range, but when we did see Rain's main, it was spinning initially. So I have a feeling he must have cut there, and it was a good response from Sharp. It's really hard to stop moves like that when you cut range like that or you cut a goon. And now Rain is on the back foot, and he doesn't look like he's in good shape right now. I mean, his reaction here on the screen, you can see it. He's not loving life. It is his map pick, like you said, but it's Monty Hall, and I see a lot of Terrans win here, especially versus Protoss.
Yeah, the thing is that probably the build that he prepared for this map is something that you probably want to do if you were like leading on a score, you know?
Yeah, I have a feeling that this is going to be another like all-in-ish type of build, like potentially like proxy gates in the main. I hope that this is a big time macro play, because if I was Sharp here after this guy's gone, you know, proxy DT twice, I would be expecting some type of shenanigans here also. So maybe one way to counteract that is to just play big time macro. So we'll find out what Rain has got prepared as we get into game 5. Righty in the bottom right needs a victory here, otherwise his ASL run is done. It's Rain, and in the top left, 1 game away from making the finals for the first time in 17 seasons. We've got Sharp.
Being a long journey, Nyoken. 17 seasons.
What is that? That's like, what do we do on average? 2 or 3 seasons a year? So this is like 6 years he's been waiting for this?
More than that, no? Like...
Yeah, I think it may even be more. That's crazy. That guy said he's been a 15-year observer. Well, I like what Rain is doing so far. I really thought that he was going to do something insane when he picked this map. So the fact that there's nothing insane yet does give me hope.
I still think he was about to do something in one base. But we will see.
This is the first Monty Hall TVP of the entire tournament. Oh, it's a 12 Nexus. Okay. So the big time macro, it is going to be coming in. Where does he want to build it? You know, his camera hotkey is set at bottom left. So I guess that's where he's expecting to put it.
Now the question is Sharp also going for that lane?
Yeah, a lot of times I see the Terran players mine out the bottom side for whatever reason. So it's very possible that he just finds this instantly. And to look at the gas timing here, this looks like it was... Let me see. Looks like it was an 11 gas. Okay, so he's rushed his gas here. Oh, mining out the middle. You know, I don't, since this is a veto for me, I don't know if you want to mine out like every pathway or if you want to just, okay, he's not going to mine out, he's just going to push something through.
Rain is also scouting this lane, the mid lane.
Yeah. I think, okay, he must be looking for Proxy as he just turns around now. There's the depot, alright, there's a Marine over at the right side. You can see that Sharp is checking all the boxes here, making sure that there's no craziness happening on his side of the map. Sharp has pulled off of gas, so it's not going to be some type of wild all-in from him. But his factory's going to complete pretty soon, and SCV is continuing to mine here. Is he really going to try and go through the center? Like, he saw there was nothing there. Wait, what?
He want to jump the SCV into the main?
Oh my gosh, he got through. I don't think I've ever seen that. That was pretty sick. Right, so he's in there, and now he knows. Okay, so that's why he jumped in, because now he knows where to send the Vulture, and he's going to push it through the minerals. Oh, he got it through the first time! And the Zealot is in the main. There's literally zero defense here. This Vulture can get so many probe kills.
There is a Dragoon coming, so...
Yeah, but that's fine. But the Dragoon needs to... And he's going to wall him in. Oh my gosh. What am I watching? Oh, that was a fantastic... That was a game-saving probe drill right there. He's still going to lose. Oh, he only lost 2. Absolutely fantastic from Raid. That should have obviously not won the game, but it should have done more damage than that. That was a heroic probe drill.
Hey, Nyoken, do you remember when you tried to tell me that drones were better than Protoss workers?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that even happened. Bill loses 2 workers. Terran actually cut his command center timing for that because he was really focused on that, building those double depots. So his command center's late. And I like what Rain's doing. I think he's going to put down a 3rd Nexus.
Yeah, he's opening the mid lane. I just wondering, that space is so open. Isn't Terran in danger now?
I was thinking the same thing, but maybe I'm wrong here. I mean, obviously Sharp knows what he's doing on this map. He's got vision of the minerals. He sees that this guy hasn't opened up that lane just yet. I thought for sure that we were going to see a 3rd Nexus, but it hasn't started, and in fact, the probe over there on the left side is just for, I guess, pylon scouting, or just scouting in general. And we do have a robo follow-up. It's really slow, though. Like, really slow. What did it start at, like 5:15? So Reaver's not going to be on the field for quite a while.
Man, 2 factories a starport.
Yeah, I think this is going to be for... Well, you would expect it to be for drops, but I actually think this might be for race. Because right now he's heavily reliant on vultures. Doesn't have really a lot of units to defend versus Reaver. Oh, I don't think the pylon saw that, by the way, but the probe trailing vision may see the vulture coming.
A worker escaping. I saw him.
Yeah.
Yeah. No Nexus is still for Rain.
Yeah, I think he's about to put it down at the other lane. There we go, 3rd Nexus. He has gone Observer follow-up, so no Reaver on the field. Okay, it is drops. All right. There's the Armory, eBay. Still no nat gas for Sharp, so he's really prioritizing his mineral income right now.
River Tech for Rain. Let's say this map is so big and you can drop from so many, like in many places. It's going to be difficult for Rain to keep up, right?
I mean, maybe. I feel like with all this vision with the pylons and observer, he should be able to see attacks coming from a mile away. I mean, it's a huge rush distance, so I think he should be able to hold. I mean, he's also up supply. I'm curious what Sharp's game plan is after the drop. Like, is he all-inning? Is he gonna, you know, expand top middle and then mid left and then be on 4 bases? Like, what's the play here?
Well, he's doing this on 2 factories, so I imagine he will transition to like a fast upgrade, right?
He does have the armory, that is true. Yeah, he may just play a passive game here and let his upgrades kick in. You know, Rain isn't expanding necessarily the fastest I've ever seen, despite a 12 Nexus. He just now has his 3rd base completed. He could think about taking a 4th Nexus, but I think his observer just now getting in, so he doesn't know what Sharp is doing. He's hesitant to, you know, overcommit to something greedy like that. But now that it's gotten in and sees that the factory count is so low, I think you should consider taking another base.
I mean, if I was Rain, I will take the chance to use that shot and just, you know, like, well, now thinking about it, like Sharp is going drops, but I was thinking about like taking the islands if I was Rain.
Yeah, island dropships are expensive. You know, cost 100 gas. That could be a tank. So yeah, taking an island could be fantastic. Even if it gets shut down, you're at least forcing gas to be used on stuff that's not tanks. Now the dropship technically got scouted for like half a second, but I don't see really... Okay, there we go. I was gonna say I didn't see any reaction from Rain, but that's not true as he gets goons into position at mid-right.
Yeah,
more gateways.
Knows. By the way, Nyoken, I feel like Rain can't really boost that mid lane, man. If the timing gets right with 0 the speed, like, I'm pretty sure he's like smashing that position.
I don't know. I mean, that position, I think you could like Sim City off really well with like depots, barracks, eBay. I mean, that choke right there looks not that big. I don't know if you want to just run into that and hope for the best. Okay, dropship on the move again. Not sure exactly where he scanned, but I saw cannons at the natural, and I see cannons coming up in the main, so it doesn't seem like he'll be able to get any damage done. Still no 4th base. I'm very surprised at this point.
Oh, look at Sharp, man, putting vultures in the islands. Good play by him.
Yeah, that's nice. And all these gateways are giving Rain a sizable supply lead. Maybe he's waiting for Terran to try to take a base and just immediately kill it.
Nyoken, I feel like when 0 the speed kicks in, that expansion from Sharp is so dead.
Might be. Well, he gets a couple of pro kills here. It's crazy how he always finds damage. Almost gets another probe right there. But Sharp is down 30 supply. I'm getting worried in the sense that I do think Rain is going to max out really quick and try and shut down either mid-left or just the straight-up mid-base. There's still no like heavy tech follow-up. In fact...
Wow. Need to be careful, huh? He's leading into many mines.
Yeah, he did take a big mine connection, but did he even have a Templar Archive? I think I saw one, but I don't remember seeing like a Stargate for Arbor, so it looks like it's just gonna be shuttles and gateways. Yep, there's the Templars, okay.
Oh, I wasn't checking the upgrades. Do you see any upgrades on Rain?
I saw he had a Forge. I assume he probably has +1 by now. I think this style is gonna be the style that he pulled out on Radion versus Rush, where it's just gonna be never-ending storms, mass gates, and then as the game progresses, maybe switch into carriers.
By the way, Nyoken, do you see the vulture that is like on top of that expansion, like the new expansion from Rain? Is that able to hit the minerals?
The fact that it's sitting there makes me think it must be able to, but That seems like it would have crazy range to be able to do that.
Interesting.
Oh, it can. Whoa, okay. It definitely can range that. Well, I don't know if this is going to work for Rain, because even though he's up 40 supply, I'm still not on board with attacking into these tiny chokes. Well, I'll be on board if Sharp keeps committing supply like this all over the map. Then all of a sudden, you know, it's not just 177 versus 140, it's something like 177 versus 125, or, you know, around there. I can tell you this, though, Sharp needs to really scan quite a lot to figure out what angle Rain is coming from. Now, what is this supposed to do? Like, half the army is at bottom left, half the army is in the middle. Here he comes, but Terran's all here.
Yeah, we need to retreat. This is failing.
This is a mistake for Rain if he commits. There's so many tanks. He's literally only killed like vultures. That vulture at bottom left must have so many kills. Yeah, it has 7 kills. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Army-wise, I don't feel like he lose too much because most of the dragoons were in the bottom lane. He lose one shuttle maybe. But yeah, I feel like he lose the opportunity to boost to bust the bottom lane expansion for Sharp.
And there's still action going on over there. He's going to lose these goons. Oh, well, he gets a tank, but he still lost multiple goons for that. Wraith is... Okay, there's not a lot of stuff here. But, I mean, it's not that far away to reinforce. No other tanks are in siege. Okay, this is what Rain really wanted. Oh, no, he's not. I was going to say he's able to save those tanks, but he's not. He loses both of them. There's really not very many tanks at all. So Rain, I think, is going to bust through here.
This is doing really good damage.
Yeah, this is great. Going to lose that Reaver, maybe.
He lost the shuttles. He lost the shuttles,
but he should still be able to trade decently with the Reaver and Goon. He loses the Reaver, only loses 1 Goon, and should just back off. But that was crippling damage. Sharp is now down to sub 100 supply. He's getting close to mining out in his main. Rain still has 5 bases, but top right base is shut down by that 1 tank sitting on high ground.
Man, I feel like this was a good game for Arbiter as well.
I think Arbiter could have been great. Oh my gosh, he needs to do something about these drops, man. He has double shuttle, but this 1 tank at top right is shutting down an entire base. This 1 tank at bottom left is going to shut down this base. He even saves that tank up there. Now we've got vultures running into the main to start sniping some Templars, potentially catch some probe miss rallies.
Rain going for it again.
D-Matrix. Yep, D-Matrix is fantastic. Storm. Oh, he only gets 1 off. Well, is there enough of a supply lead for Rain to bust through? I don't think there is. Oh no, don't.
Seems like most of the supply is not here.
Oh, is he gonna get it? Oh, I didn't think he was gonna get it, but he actually does, and that's huge.
Yeah, but Rain is not mining too much.
Yeah, he's not. He's like on 1.5 base mining because these freaking drops are doing so much damage. Look at supply now; it's 117 to 110. Sharp knows that he's, you know, limited the resources for quite a while. And also double robo is like very, very taxing on your minerals because obviously the shuttle is pure minerals. Oh, how does that live? Dude, he may have done it. He's about to kill this base. There are no units in this lane. Everything's in the middle lane.
Yeah, I think this base is there.
He's going to desperately try and trade or transfer some probes. He ends up saving them all, but this base is 100% dead. The command center is going to be re-landed at the 3rd base now for Sharp. Sharp can now... This base isn't important, but it does shut down a gas.
I don't think he has that many high templars left either.
There's no observer here either, so if he tries and runs in, it's going to be suicide.
Yeah, Looks like he's going to sacrifice this. Like, there is no reason to actually trade for this position.
All I think Rain can do is counter, and I think Sharp realizes that all he can do is counter, which is why you see him send everything back.
Yeah,
but again,
Sharp
go ahead.
Sharp is on one base right now.
Yeah, he is on one base. So it's actually not important to save the middle base except for the gas. Like, he just needs to secure the left side. Sharp is taking another command center down there, and it looks like Rain has realized that, well, attacking through the center is not going to work. So now he sent everything back down to bottom left.
Oh, by the way, these players are now feeling the pain of this map with the gas. Look at gas, like the gas Rain. It's so low, and he's deplete everywhere, by the way.
He never took his third gas, by the way, at mid-right. Never took it.
Really?
So that's a big blunder if he wants to continue to build Templars and Goons. Oh, he saves that vessel. No, he doesn't. This is crazy. Long distance mining through the middle base with only top right. And Sharp has now gotten his fourth base up and running. It all comes down to this massive push that Sharp's doing. If Rain can stop this push, I think it will buy him enough time to get his...
Rain the draw chips.
Oh my gosh. Okay, he transfers immediately. This is all Sharp has to do. Is now Rain's essentially just barely mining. And Rain is like, well, what do? Do I come back and defend this? There's tanks, vultures, and Goliath. Right? Look, he doesn't know what to do. He's just bouncing back and forth as he loses more probes.
He has to defend. He has to defend this. It's his only base.
I think he's just going to go for a counter. He sees the whole army is right there. Maybe he can spot it out of siege. He's going to go for it.
Dude, it's going to be so hard to actually kill this army.
Yeah, I don't know how he stops it. Isn't it? Yeah, it's +2. And everything's sieged up.
He can.
Okay.
He can.
If he can. So he just loses all those probes. Gets nothing in return. Terran has the fourth base up and running.
By the way, that base is getting dry so fast.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is it. This is gotta be the last attack, right? It either works or Terran's gonna probably take this game. Those storms are fantastic! But is there enough remaining ground is the question. There's a lot of tanks, there's still a lot of goons. Really fantastic storms. Oh my gosh, he killed basically every single tank. Oh my, what? How was that a complete trade? But look, there's a drop. Oh my god. He just taps out. An unbelievable win from Sharp here. Actually crazy multitask. And it's going to be his first appearance in the finals in forever.
Dude, I saw all the Sharp units disappear to a storm. How he even won that?
I don't know. How many storms was it? It was like 10 storms. And they were all great. That is nuts. You know, all the other games were kind of lackluster in my opinion, but this one, at least the one at the end, this one really did deliver.
It did, and Sharp played great from the beginning. Like with the supply aggression he did, like block. Well, actually, he didn't kill that much, right? With that attack.
Yeah, he didn't. He killed 2 pros, but the idea was amazing. I've never seen a Terran do that on that map. I guarantee you from now on, Protoss players are going to mine out more than 1 mineral patch for fear of that happening again.
Well, Nyoken, no one is actually probably playing that map anymore.
Yeah. Well,
you know, these ASL maps, they use it for 1 season and they gone.
I know, that's how it usually is. We're getting a look at this drop harassment. I mean, these drops were killer, man. They just did so much damage, especially... I thought after the transfer, like, that was all the damage, but these 4 vultures, he remembered that they were there, swooped them around, and just killed, what, like 10 probes? They never actually went to another base. They just hung out here behind the cannons. And these goons,
By the
these
way,
goons are still. Go ahead.
do you think Rain GG too early?
I think because he wasn't mining, after the drop at the middle base, I don't think it was too early. I think if that drop didn't happen and he had that wipe of the entire Terran army, then yes, I think he tapped out too early. But Terran was still on 2-base mining versus just one of Protoss, and there's 8 supply on that island at top right that does nothing, right? So, I mean, he probably would have forgotten about it. So I don't mind the GG out. I still want to see these storms, man. These storms were incredible.
Why
I thought for
Sharp gas is so high, man?
yeah, I thought that this was actually just gonna be a complete ownage of Protoss's army. But look at that, 3 storms, 4, 5, or maybe that was 4, 5, 6, another storm, 8, 9, and then he gets the Goliath too. Like literally 10 storms, and they all did critical damage. But yeah, once this base gets knocked out, he's not mining. Oh, well, I guess he is mining at top right. I see he did transfer probes over there, but I still think Sharp would have won either way. But well done to Sharp. I cannot believe it. He really delivered, man. 4-1. That's no joke.
Yeah. He was so good dealing with these DT builds in the first 2 games. Rain kind of like come back thanks to Sharp like trying this double barrack build, but
Yeah.
it was too much, man.
If it had been a normal opener and Sharp had gone factory into, Rain's 3 zealot pressure on kickback, that could have just been an easy win for him with the Vulture support, with, better Sim City with the depot and barracks. I mean, it could have easily been a 4-0, just like yesterday.
Yeah, I hope he learned from this, going against Sulky, to not lose the momentum in the series if he's leading like that. To not try something like, I mean, do you have the momentum? Don't really like throw it off like that. Just like keep going.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting final, Sulky versus Sharp. I had mentioned it earlier in previous casts when we saw Sharp face off versus Hero, and it was even in this SSL also where it was Sharp versus Hero. Sharp played like 5 different build orders. So I'm curious what he's going to have planned for Sulky. Like, we saw the 3-port Wraith on Monty Hall. Is he going to potentially like do something like that on Kickback where he walls himself in and then goes for like 3-port Wraith and doesn't get scouted? Maybe he'll pull out, some mech play. We've talked about, or you've talked about how strong mech is on Kickback, and we still haven't seen it.
Yeah, that is a build that it's funny because on ladder is, at least when I was playing the map, because I banned it. I'm done with the map. But I was getting destroyed. Like probably a 20% win rate against mech on that map.
Yeah, man, and just nobody wants to play mech for whatever reason. I mean, we see mech switches like what Light tried to do on Pantheon versus Sulky, but nobody just opens straight mech anymore. We've seen some glimmers of it in previous seasons, like JYJ on Dark Origin tried it a couple times. I think Barracks has tried it a couple times, but every time we've seen it, it gets absolutely owned.
Yeah. Man, I'm happy for Sharp, man. He's a nice guy. He trains very hard, and sometimes the result really don't help him too much. And he's very passionate as well. It's so rare to see someone so expressive after getting a win. So good for him, man.
Yeah, and as I've said before, I always feel for these players that make it to the finals after a very long break because, they've probably thought in their mind, like, oh my gosh, that was my only chance to ever win. So for Sharp to get back here literally like 6 or 7 years later, maybe even longer, he must feel ecstatic. I'm definitely going to be tuning into his stream afterwards because he does a lot of live streaming, from restaurants and stuff. I'm sure he's going to get massive donations from his fans.
It's kind of crazy, by the way, and a bit unfortunate for him. that he's going into the final against a Sulky that is in his prime. We are right now in the Sulky era, so it's not going to be easy, Nyoken, to win the final.
Yeah, I mean, Sulky just looks like he's on another level. Sulky does a lot of mind games also. Like, there's often times where I tune into a game where he just starts transferring, like, his natural workers to his main or his main to his natural to make it look like he's, macroing or not macroing. And then he does, like, a mega all-in, or he's gone for, like, a mega macro build. And in fact, in KSL, I think it was Sulky versus Sharp, where Sharp scanned, saw Sulky was all-inning, and I'm doing in air quotes, and actually Sulky had expanded to another base. Sharp built like 3 bunkers, and by the time Sharp figured out what was going on, it was way too late. Sulky just had a massive advantage. So Sharp's going to need to be on his game with scouting. That is for sure.
By the way, wasn't this the KSL final? Sulky against
Yeah.
Sharp?
Was it? I guess I have to look.
I'm pretty sure it was, right?
Let me look. KSL Season 1. Who won? It was Last versus Jadong in Season 1.
Last one that one.
Season 2, we had...
Probably Rain?
It was Sulky versus Sharp. So maybe that's the series that I was talking about.
Yeah. Was there like Fortress in that map pool, by the way?
No, we had Benzene, Circuit Breaker, In the Way of an Eddy. That's the map that's the game I was talking about. Fighting Spirit, Neo Aztec, Heartbreak Ridge, and Roadkill. Roadkill.
Oh, so many classics.
Yeah. Well, we're getting a rundown of how today went. We had back-to-back wins for Sharp. Then Rain gets a victory on Kickback, but then back-to-back wins once again for Sharp to seal the deal. And they're just mentioning here, this is the first time since Season 1 where he's been in the finals. And now we have 6 Terran players that have... Wait. Have been in the finals twice, maybe? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have... I don't know what this graphic is. We have Queen versus Light. Oh, maybe it's... Okay, Queen versus Light is the last time we saw a Zerg versus Terran final. So it's been 9 seasons since then.
Yeah, Nyoken, I was looking at the mirror matchup finals, and there are not that many. Like there is like 2 CBC finals, 1 PvP final, and there are like 3 TBT finals. So far these tournaments, at least in the final, they get like very balanced when it comes to race distribution.
Yeah. That is true. And here we go. Here's the finals. Sulky versus Sharp. This is gonna be an interesting one. Sharp is on fire, but so is Sulky. This guy just doesn't lose, I guess. Especially versus Terran players where he just absolutely crushed Light. And as I mentioned previously, set your alarm 2 hours earlier. It's also going to be on Saturday. No more Monday, Tuesday casts. It's going to be at Saturday, 5 p.m. And it's the last cast of the tournament. You obviously don't want to miss the finals. What are your predictions, Eonzerg? You think... You obviously have Sulky winning, but what's the score here?
Sharp 4-0, Nyoken.
You think it's going to be a 4-0?
Why are you asking me that question? No, I think like Sulky 4-2.
Really, 4-2. I mean, I think that's even a higher amount of wins for Sharp than a lot of people would give him. I mean, I think Sharp is really good, and actually I kind of agree with the 4-2, but I think if I was to go to Team Liquid, for example, I think a lot of people would say like 4-0 or 4-1, but you think he can make it close?
Yeah, I think so. Because there are a few maps that I feel like he can take games.
Okay. Based on how well he's playing, I mean, I think for sure he can take games. I actually think he can win, but every time I say I think somebody can win, Not
Now
only
you
do they
can go
lose, they get
ahead and tell
crushed.
me how Sharp
Yeah,
is going to win
yeah,
the season, please.
yeah, because every time I make the prediction, they lose. And not only do they lose, they get blasted. Like yesterday, I was talking about how I thought it would be like a 4-2, and I thought it could go either way, and then it ended up being a 4-0. And the games were not close at all.
Oh man, like looking at that series, honestly, it was not a good series. I have to tell you that. I feel like Snow was very sloppy at times. Like the game, I remember the game on Monty Hall. He just like was with the silos on side, not even like closing the wall, and
Mm-hmm.
all the units got in, and so easy, man. He was very sloppy in the game. He wasn't ready for that semifinal, Nyoken.
Yeah, Snow was off for whatever reason, which is unfortunate because for the past year he's been playing really well. Like he won StarCastTV, Star League back to back, right? I
I mean,
think he
remember last season? Like they play, it's Nay and died. Yeah, pretty much Nay and died. In this is if you compare the series, it's like a different player playing. It's like the guy got way worse.
yeah, I don't know exactly what happened. Maybe he's just not got the time to practice because I know I think he recently had a baby, right? So that could be the reason, which is obviously understandable.
Yeah, that say Snow never been known for his PVC either. So I guess that is the result of playing Prime Sulky and you not being like ready for that. It's
Yeah.
just like the result is devastating. So I feel sorry for him, man, because like he's way too skilled to have a series like that, honestly. But sometimes it happens, man. It happened to everyone. It happened to me many times. Like me being in really good shape and just going to a tournament and playing the worst games of my life.
Yeah.
It happens. It just
Yeah.
happens sometimes. There are days like that.
Yeah, I know that feeling for sure. Well, before we go off the cast, I gotta ask you, man, you gonna message Sulky on the you gonna try and snipe Sulky on the ladder? You know, play him as Terran and try and give him some tips on how to beat Terran, like what you did with his Protoss?
No, but it's Solky playing off race, not me.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe he'll be off racing some Terran in the next few days and you could snipe him.
No. That was a miracle. I usually don't even bother Solky, but because I'm from Belgium, right? So the game's lagging. So usually I just like leave the game. I don't even like bother him with this latency.
Okay. Well, I wonder what. I'm looking at the Team Liquid comments. People are saying like a lot of Terran players had stopped streaming to help Rain. I'm curious what Terran players will stop streaming to help Sulky. I wonder if Flash will stop streaming. It would kind of be weird to announce that you're coming back and then not stream.
Solky was training with Stork, Mini, um, Free. He was training with Free as well.
Hmm?
I'm not really sure if I'm forgetting someone else. Probably, I don't know if he trained with Biso. But yeah, he was like giving balloons to to these players after he beat Snow.
Yeah, I mean, clearly the practice paid off. And we should be wrapping up in just a second. Commentators keep looking to see if it's finally time to wrap up.
Yeah, they changed the timing, so we don't really know what's going on anymore.
No, man.
It's like in
It's
Brew where these mechanics, these timings, you don't really understand anymore what's going on, Nyoken.
I just noticed it looks like Caster Lee, the caster on the right. Did he like break his arm or something? He's got like a brace on his arm.
Really? Oh,
Or maybe it's not a brace. I see Nike symbol. Maybe it's not a brace, but
maybe he's having some pain or something like that because he's like holding the microphone with that hand as well.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, finally, we are done today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, we're going to have the finals not this Saturday, but the Saturday after next, November 2nd at 5 p.m., 2 hours earlier than normal. So definitely set your calendars for that. And I will see you there.
See you guys.